want to try connect her, or you want me to call her? Oh, perfect.
For instance, we all want to focus on a brand building opportunity, so
right. Duncan!
Sugar sweet in my
Nice, bro.
Alright, what's up guys? So as you can see, the hood is up, some tools and stuff. It was something I was gonna do already, as in I was gonna do this thing as a preventative maintenance, but it decided to go out on me literally the day like I was thinking about ordering it. So my oil filter housing started leaking yesterday when I was literally checking my tire for a leak. And I turned the car on, and then oil just started leaking. And then I did some diagnostics and I looked under the car and I saw that it was my oil filter housing. If you didn't know, the B58, that is the main problem, is that because it's made out of plastic. But most of the time, if it's not cracked, it's the gaskets. And so we bought a new one, and we also bought a new flange. It could be the flange that's leaking, I'm not 100% sure, but I can see some oil on the oil filter housing itself and on the cooler, like the metal part. But yeah, so we just drained the oil, took off the air box, and about to go ahead and drain the coolant. Today is Friday, it's like the evening. I'm doing it since it's so hot here in Florida. I'm gonna just take as much as I can off, so then tomorrow, because that's when the part comes in, I can just pretty much put it in and then put everything back together. This job, from the things I've seen, it's not hard, it's pretty simple, but it's just a lot of stuff to take off and like move around. As you can tell, like, so I got the coolant hose or coolant caps off. I'm gonna go ahead and drain the coolant next, and after that I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the intake manifold out, which is that's the hardest part. Just not hardest, but just the most complicated part, because there's so much things to take off. I literally have to take off all those top pieces right there. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and drain the coolant real quick. But there's the coolant. All right, so now that that coolant is draining, it's actually pretty surprised it didn't drain as like everywhere, or like as bad as I thought. So that's a good thing. Got the windshield wipers removed, but man, y'all gotta see how much. Y'all see that? How much freaking leaves there are? It's crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and clean that freaking sucker out. I'm gonna get the vacuum because that's crazy. Okay, so we got all the way to taking off the ECU, to whatever the hell they call it, and the only thing we have left is really taking off the intake manifold, taking off a couple of these bracket things. But that's it for tonight. I'm gonna resume this tomorrow morning. Good morning, y'all. So it's the next day, it's Saturday, and we just got to take the intake manifold off. Well, we gotta take off like the housing that holds the chip, the ECU, whatever you want to call it. Once we get that housing off, then we just gotta take the intake manifold off. And then we take off, after the intake manifold, we just take off the filter housing unit, the oil filter housing unit, and then we should be good, and then we can just wait for the part to come in today. And what it looks like, which I'm hoping it's accurate, it says arriving today, so it better be, because we have a car meet with the PC head turners today, and it's literally like 5 minutes away from my house, so it's gonna be perfect. But we gotta make sure the car is up and running by latest by like 6 o'clock. And I think, you know, we'll do this and then just wait for the parts to come in, because I think reinstallation obviously is gonna be way quicker. Let's hope that there's nothing else wrong with the damn car. But let's knock this out. By the way, if y'all want to know what I'm watching, like what video I'm watching to like do this project is I'm just watching the Keys Motorsport video on how to do the oil filter housing unit. It's like an hour and a half long, or an hour and 10 minutes long. It's the most intensive one, not intensive, but it's the most detailed one I've seen on YouTube. A lot of the other ones kind of skip over parts. And I've never done this before. Like everything I'm doing is like first time, so I want to make sure it's like as, you know, to the book basically as possible. Like I don't mind spending a little bit more time just making sure everything, like I had to, like I know some people didn't take off their windshield wipers to get access to the back there. I did. Took a little bit more time. It's actually not that bad, but just want to make sure, you know, making it as easy as I can for myself to do this job. But we're gonna go ahead and play some tunes, get gloved up, and get started. And by the way, I think this project overall, I had like a bunch of tools already, like kind of BMW specific, just because of my 328i. I bought like a bunch of stuff, and I don't think I have to buy any tools. That's why I started this yesterday, just in case if I did have to buy any tools, or that's why I'm also completing it this morning. If I need to get any tools, I can just run by the store. Hopefully it'll be nothing I have to order online. Oh, by the way, I also did order the PCV the PCV thing, because I know that tends to go out on these P58s. So I got that. I got a aluminum flange and an aluminum oil filter housing unit, just to, you know, future proof it. I think maybe like $200 max. So not bad for like this job. Definitely like not as expensive as I thought it was gonna be, because some jobs just tend to cost a little bit more. I'm glad this one didn't hurt the pocket too much, you know. BMW, break my wallet. But this ain't too bad, and plus it knocks out a couple things I wanted to do anyways while I have all this stuff off. You know, I was originally just gonna do the oil filter housing unit, but I'm also doing the flange and the PCV, which the PCV is on the top. I mean, you don't have to take off all that stuff that I had to do that. But oil change, coolant change. I mean, the coolant was fine, but you know, it's a good thing to do. I do know, like, that before I go stage 2 or anything like that, the only things I'm gonna do, or before I do any of that, is just a bunch of the fluid changes. My car's pretty high miles, but yeah, I'm gonna do like the trans fluid, which the video, like doing the trans fluid is actually like so easy. It just takes a little long, just because you have to fill up and, you know, get the car started and then refill, you know, all the way up. But it's pretty simple, because you just take off the belly pan. I think that's what they call it, the belly pan under there. Loosen up the drain plug, drain the transmission fluid, take off the whole pan, which it's not that hard. Like the only tool I'd need for that, just to get it, you know, to spec, is just a torque wrench, because the torque wrench I had it was from Home Depot. It was a really big torque wrench. It broke on me, but I was using it not the way I was supposed to when I had my other BMW. So, well, the good thing is lifetime warranty. I just have to go there and switch it out. I went last time, but they didn't have it in stock, man. Or they did have it in stock, they just couldn't find it. Haven't went back since. It's been like 3 months. We got the whole intake manifold out finally. It wasn't actually that bad, but yep, got it right there. All right, so seals look pretty good. It's a little dark, but we're gonna go ahead and take off some more hoses, and then we should be down to getting the actual housing off. So yeah, it's like a little piece of a zip tie that's inside like the hole. It's a little, I can grab it, but I don't have enough long enough pliers. Only pliers I have are these, but these are bent, and I don't want to risk it and, you know, accidentally push it further. So we're gonna go down and head to Harbor Freight and get long needle nose pliers that's straight. We got it. So got the long needle nose pliers. Hopefully this is good enough. And I was just thinking, like, while I was like checking out, I was like, damn, I could have probably used the vacuum to vacuum it up to make sure it doesn't fall in there anymore. But we're gonna take the safe bet and use the needle nose pliers. Hopefully my dumbass don't push it in there more, because that's gonna be stupid. Because it's literally, I don't even know how it fell in there. I don't know where that damn thing came from, but. All right, I don't know if you can see it, but we got it. Woo! Now we can move on to the actual steps. We're literally on like the last 2 bolts on the oil filter housing. I had to literally finesse it. From what I've heard, it is a pain in the ass to do all this, which I kind of knew going into it. It's not that difficult in terms of like It's just a little bit hard to reach, but once you get it in there, it just takes some patience. So I'm gonna take a little break. It's pretty hot, so I'm gonna go get some water, maybe get a snack, and then jump back right into it. Oil filter housing is out. Took me about an extra hour to take it out. I had to just find, I literally had all the screws except for one, which is everyone has trouble with, is at the bottom. But we finally got it out. I think there's multiple reasons for the oil leak that I saw with the housing. One is of course the gaskets. Some of them look very worn out. Another one could be the seal around it with the screw, because the screw, it normally has an O-ring on it. Let me show y'all. I don't know if y'all can see, but this little part right here is supposed to have an O-ring. And that part on the original one, I was gonna reuse, but it's completely torn inside the little, where it houses it. We're gonna get some from Ace Hardware. Now, it's not normally recommended, but Kern from YouTube, that's what he used, and I don't have the time to really order anything online because I want to get this done today so I can go to the meet. Anyways, the parts came in though right when I was getting the oil filter housing. So the new oil filter housing came in, the flange came in. I do have to get something for the flange just because it's a little tough to kind of get out with the thing in the way. I forgot what I don't know what it's called, but there's something in the way. And so we're gonna run to the stores real quick, get a couple things that we are gonna need, and then we should be good to go to reinstall everything. So we're back from the store. We got all the fluids, just took off the flange. The old one was absolutely cooked. Now we're gonna go ahead and start putting stuff back together. Finally. All right, so it is like almost 10 p.m. We got everything put back. I didn't record because it was starting to get frustrating, and I wanted to get it as fast as I can. But we got everything. We got the coolant filled up. We got the oil filled up. We're trying to bleed the system. I'm a little worried because it's not making the sound my F30 used to make, like a loud like whenever you bleed the system. It just makes a sound. So I don't know if it's bleeding. I'm not hearing any gurgling, so that's the part I'm worried about. But maybe I'm just doing it wrong. We'll see. Maybe I'll watch more videos on it. But our neighbor brought us some food, so this is fire. They're barbecuing. So yeah, I'll see y'all whenever this gets fixed, or when it's up and running. Good morning, y'all. So today we finally got the car up and running. Took her out for a drive. She runs perfect, and what we got left is just to do the PCV diaphragm. We're gonna pop the hood and do that real quick because it's a pretty easy job. Forgot to pick up the camera from earlier when I did the diaphragm change, but it's not gonna be a cold start because I got home about a couple hours ago. But I'm gonna let y'all hear it. It doesn't sound that crazy because obviously it's not a cold start. When it does a cold start on stock exhaust, it sounds pretty good, surprisingly. I am stage 1, but I don't have a catless downpipe yet, so let's get this going. I didn't end up going to the car meet because I didn't finish the car until like basically midnight from the last couple clips y'all saw. And I did that PCV this morning. It is literally 4:50. About to go to work, and I'll pick it up later when I get off. I'll show y'all some driving clips here and there. Man, boy, I got scared. I saw that little puddle where I was parked, but it turns out it's just the AC. Oh boy, I got scared. I had to jump out the car real quick. Man, I was like, nah, please don't tell me that this is leaking. So the good thing is not. at what she cooked up. Look how fire that looks. And
Popped up. I'm so dry.
we got some spaghetti. It's been sitting in the pot, that's why it looks like that. But man, oh man, oh man. Alright, so we're at Walmart right now. Just finished up my first appointment of the day. But I was thinking of like ways to wrap my orange reflectors, because they're all like obviously orange, and I've been looking around like Alibaba, AliExpress, like I can't find like reflectors that are just blacked out. So we're just gonna go ahead and have to wrap it. If y'all don't know, like you don't have to order your wraps online, like especially if it's something small. Even my V braces, like if you're the type of person who wants to get your stuff done like the same day like me, because sometimes I'm impatient with stuff like that, which is kind of annoying. Like that's something I'm working on. But if you ever like need to wrap something and you don't need like insane colors or like a specific color, go down to like your local Michael's or, you know, craft store or even Walmart. They sell those vinyls that you're normally supposed to like have that circuit machine with that cuts it out, you know, cuts decals out for you and stuff. And there's a cheaper version compared to like the main one that they sell. But just get those. They have like white, red, blue, black, you name it. And it's pretty cheap. I mean, it's like a little, I think it's around the same price as the one you get on eBay. Like let's say for the V brace, right? I'll show you a picture of what I'm talking about. But I know on eBay they're, you know, made to fit. Like they pretty much go, you know, they just fit on your V brace. What I did for mine, because I had leftover wrap from my last car, because my 328i I also wrapped the V braces white, and I wanted to do the same thing for this car, and that's what I did. And it just, you know, took like 10 minutes, maybe less. And you just stretch it out, and obviously it doesn't have to be perfect because you're not really going to look at it up close. And you have your V braces wrapped. And same, so I'm going to try it out on the reflectors, because they're just bothering me. Like they look so bad like on the back of the car. Like I just like the headlights or the taillights the way they are. I don't like the reflectors. So I'm gonna go in Walmart and see if they have some vinyl that's really close to my paint, because my paint is not black, it's like the A90 color, so it's like a dark metallic graphite or whatever they call it. And I even looked online for like that specific wrap color, and there's one company that color matches it, but it takes too long and it's pretty expensive for something I need. So we're just gonna go ahead and head to Walmart, and I'll see what options they have, and I'll show you guys. We're at Walmart, so this is the arts and the craft supplies section, but y'all can see they have all this wrap. Some of them are heat transfer. You don't, for sure that's the one that you don't want to get, but they have this kind of vinyl. You see they got like black, they got all the colors. So, you know, of course it's not going to be super accurate color wise, and it's probably not really good quality, but for $4, you know, I mean, if you're just gonna do like reflectors, these are pretty good in my opinion. Yeah, you can just literally any color you can wrap your V brace. I'm pretty sure, not the iron-ons, the ones I think it's kind of like permanent vinyl. Yeah, that's the one I grabbed, I'm pretty sure, and just wrapped my V brace with that. So we'll go ahead and look for something that's close to my car color. All right, now that I think about it, I think we're just gonna go with some tint, but we're gonna get both because I want to wrap the mirrors with the vinyl until I get the M Sport versions. But since it's the reflectors, we're gonna do the back and the front. We're just gonna go with some tint, and we're probably gonna go with this one, the 5%. We're just gonna go as dark as possible. Yeah, because these are, yeah, these $13, not bad at all. It's up here. These are 20%, so 5% should be good. Because you basically we're just smoking them out. And yeah, this will probably look good because it can it'll go with the car, even though it's not, because it's not gonna be fully black, so it'll be perfect. All right, so got the reflectors off, cleaning up the reflectors. I got some detailing spray. I don't got anything else. I've never done this before, so it was all DIY. And I got some of the film right here. It said peel at the corner. Okay, we have a very crappy job, as you can see the edges, but once I put it back in, I think it should be fine. This is actually the vinyl wrap, because I had the tint, but man, the tint, I cannot find the damn backside to peel it. Like I could not peel it up. So we're gonna see how this looks real quick. As y'all can see, it's not perfect, but from far away, you can't really tell. I'm gonna try to use the smoked one. Sorry, we got the mowers out there, but I'm gonna try to do the smoked one on this one and see if I don't need to peel it, because I'm not sure if I have to peel it or not, but we're gonna see and try that out. I can't do it with this tin. It keeps messing up. Like, it just does not want to go. So we're gonna go ahead and just go to the vinyl, because the vinyl doesn't look too bad. You can't really tell from afar. You know, that's all that matters, is from afar. If you get up close, you know, you're gonna see some stuff, but we're gonna do that. We got the front ones. I'm gonna leave the front ones alone today so I can, you know, take my time and do it properly, because the front ones are a little, you know, you're gonna be able to tell if it looks messed up, but that's how we do our DIY. It ain't perfect at all, obviously. Like, if you find some pre-cut vinyl, that'll be the best scenario. You know, we're just working with what we got, and we're on a, you know, this is a budget DIY, so that's how you do it. If we can, these people get into traffic. I don't know if we'll be able to. Oh man. No. Couldn't really do a full pull. Let me close this window. So next time I'll try to get the mic set up so you guys can hear the exhaust and maybe the intake, well, or the turbo. But I gotta get a good mic for that, so stay tuned. Now, I don't know if y'all can notice, but I got some cracks on the windshield. Oh, I love those pops. Oh man, look at this traffic. I did bring the burbles back down to basically stock. I think they're at 1 second for 60% aggression, which is maybe a little bit above stock. But man, I had it at like 2 seconds, 100%, and it was a little too much. I was just having fun with it. So turn it back down. It sounds really good now. I can't wait to get the catless downpipe though. That's probably gonna be the next thing, part, you know, also like stage 2. I don't know if I'm gonna, cause I wanna get the XHP tune. I wanna get the XHP tune for the transmission, but I know I need to do a transmission service before I do that. So I need to do like, change the transmission fluid and stuff. But the catless downpipe just makes the pop so much like cleaner, and obviously it makes the car's exhaust sound really good. I do believe the X3M40i's came with the M Performance exhaust, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Somebody said that, so I could be wrong. I was watching several videos on it. When I go get the catless downpipe, of course, we're gonna go stage 2, but we're gonna be on 93. Just because I don't know if I'm gonna ever go to a mix blend of fuel, but just because I don't know, I don't want to have to deal with the hassle of like, you know, mixing fuel and everything like that. Just because I'm not, you know, I don't really race, and if I do, it's in Mexico, and you know, it's like nothing really that crazy, and this is still a daily driver, you know, it's an SUV. It's practical, it does a lot and stuff. If I go with the mixed fuel, man, it does really wake up this B58 from what I've heard. And the videos I've seen, I mean, it just goes so crazy. I do want to get a T51R mod in the future. I don't think I'm ever going to upgrade the turbo on this SUV, just because it is an SUV at the same time, you know, like if I'm going that crazy, I might as well get a sedan or an M240i, or even, you know, get an M car. So we're just probably gonna go max on this car is probably like stage 2 plus, just full bolt-ons, high pressure fuel pump. If, like I said, if I don't even know if I'm gonna go with the mixed blend fuel, you know, I might just stay at 93 just because it's so convenient. And I could really care less about, you know, winning races that much. Like, I don't even race, so it like rarely race. So I just want a I mean, this car is already fast stage 1. It's like crazy fast. I know, like stage 2 with the catalyst downpipe, it's just gonna go crazy. This B58, man, it's an amazing engine, and I don't know, it's really nice. We do have a car meet this Friday, so I'm gonna definitely try to make that since I missed the last one. Because I know once I go stage 2 on this, it's gonna beat like 90% of the cars on the road here, you know, where I live. Of course, you have some outliers, but I'm fine with 90%, you know, because I know it's at the end of the day, it's a SUV, it's a big car, it has, you know, a lot of weight. I can't wait I have like a whole parts list that I've created on Excel or Google Sheets. But cosmetically, I do want to get, the first couple things I do want to get is definitely a front lip, man. Like the whole front end, just from the pictures and videos I've seen of other people with their X3M40i with the front lip, it just looks so nice. Looks so nice. I do want to go on some lowering springs because she does set a little high. The lowering springs, man, they just look so good. The only thing is though, is I am a little worried because whenever I go with lowering springs, I also want to add some spacers, but I'm kind of scared because my front passenger wheel, I think it might be over torqued. The last person who owned this car, they over torqued it when they did the brake job. So let's hope I don't break, you know, when I do that job. I'm probably gonna have to buy a wheel hub just in case those lug bolts like break on me, because they did that on my last car, my F30 328i. It was not fun. Like I was out of a car for like a couple weeks. Well, it wasn't a couple, it was probably like a week, just waiting on the parts and then having to buy tools, which thankfully I have all the tools now that I would need to work on this BMW. But it is a pain in the butt because, you know, I have to spend more money just in case that thing breaks. But once we do that, of course, you know, we're gonna switch out the wheels, not the rims itself. I actually really like the rims that's on this car. But in terms of like just the tires, I do want to, because I'm on run flats right now and they are a little harder. They're, you know, they don't really perform as good as I would hope because obviously they're run flats. Still don't know what kind of tire to get for this car. If you guys can let me know, like if you have any suggestions, that would be amazing. You know, I want this thing to sit nice, great daily driver. I mean, other than like the small cosmetics like the M mirrors, I really want those. And the front lip, of course, kidney grills, because I just have the regular silver ones that come with the car. I want the double slotted black ones. Gonna get a roof spoiler in the back, just because the back, that's like the only thing that's missing apart from like the exhaust setup. I will be going to get the Alibaba Valvetronic exhaust just for the quad tips, and obviously the whole exhaust system comes with it, so might as well. But that'll be down the road, you know, probably like after I do the majority of the stuff that I want to do to the car. Performance wise, I'm gonna keep the stock intake just because it's for this platform, for the B58 at least, the engine, the factory intake is really good, and it actually performs way better than the aftermarket ones, I'm pretty sure, from what I've heard at least. But it's so nice finally having the car back after fixing the oil filter housing or replacing it. And definitely before stage 2 we got to get some new spark plugs, a couple small things like that. But it's gonna be very exciting. I can't wait to take you guys on this journey with me on building this car. Ever since my cousin got me into cars, like I just fell in love, man. Like I'm gonna link his channel down below. He's the person that got me into cars. Currently he drives a Jeep SRT. He used to have a really nice Subaru, sold that. I mean, he built that thing out. He had a bunch of cars, and he's the one that really got me into it. He took me on drives. He took me to my first ever car meet where I saw this Infiniti that had a big turbo on it. I didn't even know anything about cars at the time, and I didn't know what kind of car it was because it had no emblems or no badges or nothing. It was just black, that like murdered out Infiniti, big old turbo, and he started two-stepping it in the parking lot. And that thing was booming. Like I wish I could find the clip. I don't know if I have it anywhere. Like ever since then, man, I love cars. Like, especially when I first got my my 328i BMW. That learning how to work on that car and doing a lot of the work myself really made me appreciate, you know, the engineering that goes into these cars. And BMW is definitely my favorite brand, as you can tell. It's my second BMW now, and it's not gonna be my last. I mean, come on. It just for an SUV, that is absolutely insane. I have yet to really race any other cars. The only my friend's truck, he has, but that wasn't really anything because I already knew I was gonna win just because he had a big old F-150 and it was basically base model, but you know, just for fun, he wanted to, you know, we wanted to run it because he just got the truck. And since I'm stage 1, obviously I'm gonna win. That just makes sense. So it's nothing to brag about, but that's literally the only race I've done. And that was pretty much from just a dig. And you know, with this car having all-wheel drive and his rear-wheel drive plus his being like 2,000 pounds heavier, like you just get the answer there. So it'll be fun once I get out more and, you know, take a couple of races with some of the guys, because I really do believe this SUV is a sleeper, man. It's definitely a sleeper. A lot of people don't think this thing can move, but it really can. You know, it can have all the homies in the back plus some stuff in the trunk. Like, this thing moves, and I think that's why I love it the most. It covers pretty much everything I would need in a vehicle. I can have it in Eco Pro and be, you know, or even in Comfort and be completely quiet, just cruising, saving gas, or I can put it in Sport Plus and just keep going. I am curious though on what cars this can be at stage 1 currently, because I know once I go stage 2, I'm gonna have a better understanding of like, okay, like this thing can haul some ass. Look at that Mustang. That stripe. I thought the sunset was gonna be prettier than it is, but it's all right. We've had better ones. The downshifts on this, absolutely insane. Oh, it's crazy because that's obviously there's no transmission tune. So I can't wait to do the XHP transmission tune also. I mean, the videos I've seen, you know, if you're a car guy and you just got your car or you're thinking about modding your car, you know the feeling of watching videos. Shit, if you're watching this video, you probably have that same feeling, like, you know, the excitement of being able to mod your car and watching other people with your car be modded so you can kind of get a feel on how it would be. It's super exciting. I've seen so many people with an X3M40i or just a B58 go with a transmission tune, and the way it just shifts so nice and clean, man, it sounds so good. And it's crazy because there's a lot of people with limiting beliefs that, you know, they don't think they can get into a car like this. But man, like, if you just look around and do a little bit of research, you can, these B58, this B58 platform, there's a good amount of them. You just have to know what you're looking for. And of course, if you don't have the funds, you're gonna need to know, you know, a little bit of things to work on it. But to be honest, I'm no mechanic, I'm no tech. I've learned everything through YouTube University and, you know, reaching out to people. And as long as you have the right tools and YouTube, you're good to go. You can pretty much do anything. I mean, I did a whole oil filter housing unit where I had to take off intake manifold, a bunch of other stuff. I've never done that before, and just through YouTube and patience, you know, we were able to get it done. And, you know, mind you, I didn't pull the engine out or anything, but I'm pretty confident now to, you know, pretty much work on anything else, like on the car itself, as long as it's not, you know, gonna require a lift or anything major like that. I feel like I can do anything I need to on this car. Now I'm gonna just let y'all listen to the car, you know, watch me drive, and I'm gonna stop yapping now because I've been yapping this whole video. And if you made it this far, thank you guys for watching. I know it's a really long video. It's hosts multiple days in this video, but if you made it, like I said, this far, so thankful that you're here. and I can't wait to post more content, you know, around whatever I want to do, basically. Mostly this car, because that is, you know, that is a passion of mine. Obviously apart, you know, I'll post some personal stuff too, just because I want to document it. But yeah, man, I'm super excited. Oh, I will be getting a dash cam as soon as I can, because, you know, we want to stay safe, and of course I can get a lot of content without having to put on this camera or, you know, pick up the camera or anything like that. If you guys have any recommendation on what dash cam to get, that'd be amazing. I'm looking at the Red Tiger, everyone's been saying that one. I'm also looking at this one like rear view mirror camera, so I can, because I have this really big one from Amazon or eBay, wherever I got it. I had it on my old car. I want something that's, you know, a little bit more OEM fitting. I know they have ones that kind of pretty much go OEM, but those ones, they're not really good quality. Like, the resolution's not that good. Like, yes, the fitment is great, but you lose, you know, resolution, or you lose the quality of the video, and it's probably not as user friendly as some of these dash cams where you can, I know some of them you can just hook it up on your phone or connect it to your phone and get the footage. So definitely gonna look into doing that. But I'm gonna stop yapping and I'm gonna just let the video play out. Man, this battery died. But that's it for the video, y'all. Hope y'all have a good day.